Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Roberts, Vice President of Sales and Marketing with SPK and Associates. And today we're here to talk about a topic that is really important for manufacturers. They're constantly under pressure to improve production efficiency while maintaining the highest levels of quality. But many teams still struggle with limited visibility into what's actually happening on the factory floor in real time. Without accurate data for machines, operators, or even production systems, many little small issues can quickly turn into costly downtime or even quality issues. So in today's vlog, I'm joined by Edwin Chung. Ed, please feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you, Michael. My name is Ed Chung. I work here at SPK. I'm VP of Professional Services. I've been here for 18 years, where at SPK we help accelerate your engineering productivity and reduce timelines and time to market. My specific focus is about regulatory, FDA compliance, ISO standards. How do I ensure that everything is going fast, but still the quality stays up to the standard that we want for our outputs?
Awesome.
And one of the things is Tulip, right? That's what we're talking about today.
Exactly. Exactly. So we are going to talk about manufacturing and Tulip and how Tulip's composable manufacturing platform can help gain some of those real-time production visibility, improve quality outcomes, which I know is important for you, and then also scale that digital manufacturing solutions across, one or multiple facilities. So we're going to talk about a couple different areas. And first, I want to talk about real-time dashboards. So, Ed, from what you've seen, how are companies using real-time dashboards and like machine data to foresee and potentially address issues ahead of time before they become production stopping problems?
How would I answer? Yes, absolutely, right. I think let me talk the not as positive is that I see a lot of places are still doing a paper-based or a scanned paper-based system, and it takes a week or even a month to get back the metrics. When you have a system like Tulips, right, it can make these dashboards immediately. It can tell you your defect rate, right, your scrap rate, your the data you need for root cause analysis, so that as soon as you implement a change, as soon as you look at the metrics and you decide where you might want to try to implement a change in your manufacturing process, you implement the change, and then you can see results within a day or less, right? Ultimately, this is a really important thing. Lower your defect rates, increase high pass yield, first pass yield. This is what we want for our quality improvements. For example, I've got one for you, DMG Mori, right? They recently started using Tulip on one of their assembly lines. They saw a 66% improvement in product quality, right? Reduction in first pass failures. And they saw a 60% reduction in costs, right? Which they all measured in real time on a dashboard. So it's very justifiable with those
Yeah,
dashboards.
yeah. The whole idea is to be able to change something to improve it and be able to measure things that happen from that and determine if it's the right, moving the right way or not. So like being able to have that stuff real time is really important. And manufacturing and first pass yield and first pass failure are like really important metrics to use. So thanks for sharing that. So at next area, so once you have those metrics and you know what you're looking for, and you know what success on one line or one plant may look like, what are some best practices for scaling Tulip for say across a company or across multiple facilities or multiple plants?
Oh, so Tulip is very designed to scale, right? It's enterprise ready. It has multilingual support, right? So when you have different facilities and different sites, you can reuse your personal applications that you made in Tulip or reuse the application templates that come out of the box. Done, right? Deploy it in one place, deploy it in everywhere, integrates with existing machinery and equipment that's already in place. Go crazy with it.
Right.
Then, even though it's in multiple sites, right, it is still connected, so you can still get all of your real-time data aggregation from all of your different sites. into one dashboard. We just talked about dashboards, right? Into your digital workflows and merge them all together, right? Merge all your product lines or separate them depending on which metrics you're looking at. And you can gain a lot of insight, right? As executives or managers, you can get a lot of insight into your production lines. And you can have a single source of truth. This is another thing we talk about specifically in our med device industries. The single source of truth for performance and quality of your product output. Another story I have is about digital thread, right? There's a company out there, and one of the things that they had always had to do, and they still have to do, but now they don't have to do via paper, is they want to know the end product with this serial number. Hey, all the components that went into it, we need to be able to trace it back to what supplier gave me this particular tube, when it was received, what lot it was, all these sort of things. And that's all they used to have a team of people, 4 people, who would manually do it. Hey, we got a complaint. We have this kappa. Do the analysis on this one serial number, figure out everything else, then come backwards and see if it affected other products that were made from the same batch. Nope, all done. Those 4 people are now doing other things using Tulip to immediately not spend a week or a month researching all those things. It is live data. They know exactly where all of that stuff is because Tulip automatically OCR'd, scanned via pictures, all the things from top to bottom, put it into the database, reports back on it.
It it sounds like, years ago I felt like we'd have flying cars and all this stuff. This kind of feels like a flying car to me for manufacturing, right? Like being able to have a camera look at something and evaluate information and capture things and not have humans do it. So yeah, thanks for the examples here, Ed. I think
Yeah, it's really exciting, right? I think there's been I hear people use the word democratization, right? How I think before you had to have a team of people implementing huge enterprise systems for millions or tens of millions of dollars to do all of the image analysis. But now, in the whole world, right, all these things, AI. AI is trickling down to the masses where now you don't need a whole team, you don't need a whole something. You can just have one person using one platform, Tulip, right, to implement these automations. A lot of it visual based, but also sensor based, grabbing based, touch, weight based, all of these sort of things inside of your manufacturing line, updated every day. I don't know. It is a little bit like a flying car. It's magic.
yeah, at least I still think it's magic.
Hmm.
Ed, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for talking to me about it, Michael. I'm very excited about it, and I'd be happy to talk about it more anytime you want.
And I think we hopefully will have that. So as manufacturers continue this digital transformation kind of journey, the ability to capture real-time data and turn it into actionable insights is becoming a real competitive advantage. And platforms like Tulip allow teams to connect machines, operators, and quality processes into a single environment that improves visibility, reduces defects, and helps organizations scale those best practices across different facilities. So if you're exploring ways to modernize production management, improve quality outcomes, or even implement a real-time manufacturing dashboard, Ed wants to talk to somebody and we can help guide you through that. So thanks for joining us today and joining the discussion. And be sure to subscribe to the SPK and Associates YouTube channel for more insights on digital manufacturing, engineering, DevOps, software, and all the engineering technology things. Thanks to Ed again for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.
See you next time, guys.